Yeah, welcome everybody to the webinar here today, where we will be talking about beginner's guide to data analysis. I'll just wait a minute more before we start. Okay, just wait a minute more. Is everybody able to see the slides as well? Okay, cool. We will be starting shortly. Okay. All right, cool. So welcome again. Good afternoon and good morning, everybody. Welcome for attending our webinar on Reporting 101, a beginner's guide to data analysis. So a common question I often receive from my customers is how we can effectively analyze data and create reports that drive informed decision making. So in today's session, we'll explore the fundamentals of data analysis, basically how to interpret key metrics, and what are the best practices for using reporting tools to make data-driven decisions that will improve performance and efficiency. For those who who don't know me, my name is Roxas, and I'm a customer success manager here in Prospect. And my role is basically to make sure that you get the most value out of your system, and I'll be guiding you through today's session. So if you have any question, please leave it at the comment section, and I'll address them at the end of the webinar. Okay. All right, so let's take a quick look at what we'll be covering in today's session. So we've broken it down into 4 key areas to give you a complete understanding of how we can effectively build and structure reports for accurate data analysis. First, we'll start by building your first report. In this section, I'll guide you through the process of creating your very first report, covering the basics and helping you get started with reporting tools. Next, we'll move on to choosing the right data. Here we'll dive into how to identify and select the right data for your reports, ensuring basically you're capturing the most relevant information for your analysis. Then we'll cover how to structure your data. This is where we'll discuss how we can organize your data, making it effectively more clear, logical, and ready for analysis. And finally, we'll wrap up with filtering data with precision and to refine it. In this section, I'll show you how to use filters effectively to narrow down your results and ensure that the insights you're gathering are both accurate and actionable. And of course, we will have a live demo as usual. Moving on to the next slide. Now that we've covered what we'll be discussing today, let's talk a little bit about what you'll be walking away by the end of today's session. These are the practical benefits that you'll be able to implement right away to improve your data analysis skill and basically to enhance your reporting process as well. So you will firstly build report with confidence. You'll learn how to create insightful reports. Even though, say, you're new to data analysis, we'll walk through building your first report step by step, making sure you capture the key metrics that matter to your business so you can approach reporting with confidence. Next would be data selection made simple. With the intuitive entity selection and structuring tools, you'll be able to streamline the process of choosing the right data for your reports. This ensures your reports are clear, actionable, free, and free from unnecessary complexity. So the last key takeaway I would like to highlight is allows you to filter and refine for smarter insights. You'll discover how to leverage with the, say, for example, the advanced filtering tools to refine your data better with it. This will help you zoom in on what's most important, allowing you to uncover valuable insights and make better data-driven decisions. Okay? So with that, is everybody following me good? Can I see some more thumbs up before we move on to the live demo? All right, cool. So I'm gonna move on to the live demo and I'm gonna turn my video off so you can see the full screen. Just give me a moment here. Gonna switch to the live demo. Oops. Yeah. Is everybody able to see the home page as well? Can I get some thumbs up again? All right, cool. All right, we'll dive in straight to demo right now. Just expand this. So what I'm going to do is to take you through a demo, and just for anybody that hasn't joined our demo or seen demo before, in our system, we use the gem making products. So you'll be seeing a lot of references to gem in our system, in our demo system. All right, so we'll start by focusing on building a report. Today, I have a few examples prepared that I'll walk you through, demonstrating how to use data to achieve your desired insight. The content that I sharing is largely inspired by the most common questions I receive from my customers, and I believe having this information readily available is incredibly valuable. So in order to build a new report, you have to go on the left-hand side menu section. All right, and you need to click More Reports here, and then you click on All Reports, right? And on the right-hand corner, you'll be able to see a button here, New Report, and you gotta click on that. And we are going to start with, say, for example, a problem report. So there are various types of report that you can create, but for today's example, I'm going to create a problem report. So as you can see, we have a bit of a preview of some of the fields, but we will click next at the bottom right-hand corner. So in this scenario, the customer expressed interest in understanding the common issues that they were experiencing. For those unfamiliar with the problem feature, it's essentially a customer service tool within Prospect. It allows you to log and track customer reported issues, maintaining a helpful record for references. It's a valuable feature. I would think so. And today I'll demonstrate how to report on these issues effectively and implement meaningful improvements. Okay. I'm going to walk you through some key fields that we want to include in our report. So we already have description here, the description field. But now I'll click Show More to explore additional fields. First, I'll add, so the relevant field that I would like to add is status. So first I'll add status and the type of status. Since we already have description, I also would like to include created by. So I'm able to track who logged the entry. So I'm going to look for created by. I'll click it right here. Next, say for example, let me see here. We can expand on more data layers. Let's click on contact section. Yeah, here, found it. I would like to expand on company, and I would like to select name. So I'm able to see the company name and also contact name as well. Oh, one important thing to note is as I click around, you'll be able to notice some fields come with extra details about their purpose and origin. Some fields also have a toggle right here, as you can see, and that makes them editable directly from the report. For instance, when I just added the company name and the contact name, the system may initially label both as name. So by enabling this, they'll display correctly as contact name. And let me just go back to company name as well. Let me just include this. So I've included both of this. Yeah, I like to highlight this so that you can better understand how to structure your report effectively. Okay. So now, looking at the fields that we've chosen here, you are also able to reorganize them as you like. So for example, I would like to grab company name and put it at the beginning. Oops, let's put it here. Then say, for example, followed by contact name. So you can order it whichever way that makes most sense to you, right? And maybe like created by who here. Okay. Once I've ordered it the way I want, I can just simply click next, and you'll be able to see the view here. There's this new problem report that we've created. Yeah, so now we've got the column set up. We know what we want. We now need to filter down to get the data that we actually need. So in this instance, we're going to start with a filter. And how you start with filter is to go to the three dots at the top right hand corner. All right. And then go to filter. And to add filter, you're just going to click on this button. Yeah. So these are the filters that you can select. Now we are going to use the status. I only want the status that are open, for example. So you can select status here. Okay, say for example, let me just continue. And for this example, for this demo example, say for example, I want to see status that are open. I'm not interested in the ones that are closed. How I can filter this is to put it's not, to select it's not. And for example, I'm just going to select those who are closed. So this will filter out all of the problems that are already closed and leave the ones that are open available. Okay. So you can see here, these are all of the statuses that are that we've got that's still open. Okay. Next, I like to group the data by status to better organize the information. To do this, click on the three dots again and select grouping and summary. So here you'll see two areas, one for creating a summary and one for creating a group. We'll take status description field. Let's just here and drag it into the group section. And then we'll hit submit. So right now we have a clearer and more detailed view of our open problems. And this aligns with what the customer originally asked for, most of my customers, understanding the current issues and also identifying how to prevent them and determining what areas need further investigation. And now if I were to expand on a few examples, you can see entries like working on, you'll be able to see problems that are being worked on. And also, like for example, return number issued in this data set, for example, it's clear that there's an issues with delivery. So by being able to report on this, it helps you to identify areas for improvement, whether that means enhancing your packaging or selecting a different career or finding ways to ensure goods arrive intact and undamaged. So it allows you to do so. This is a really, really nice report to get us started. Okay, so there's that. Moving on, another example that I'd like to show you is an activity report built completely from scratch. This type of report is quite popular, and while we do have a standard version available, this custom report offers a more dynamic view. It provides a live feed of what your staff has been working on, whether it's throughout the day, over the past week, or based on any filter that you apply. So I'm going to cancel the current report that we've created. I'm going to discard this. So yeah, I'm going to do so by again going to all reports, creating a new report. And then here, say I'm gonna search for activity node. So So yeah, what activity nodes are is I'm just gonna show you an example. Just gonna go to a random company here. Say a test customer. So these are activity nodes that you can see here in the activity. So say for example, I can even input a new activity, follow up with Daniel, for example. Post it right here. And you'll be able to see there's a new activity node here. So this is just an example of what an activity node is, just in case some of you are not aware. Okay, going back to the report. So we've got some fields. I'm going to select activity node. I'm going to hit next. All right. So we've got some fields that we are going to add in. So for example, date, text, type, and user. And then maybe we want to grab company name as well and account manager. And account manager here. Okay. So I'm going to hit the next button and start reorganizing these columns. So again, you can do so by just dragging it along. So for example, I'm going to drag name first all the way to the front, followed by, say, account manager. Yeah, so basically you can drag and drop whichever order that you want, whichever that makes most sense to you. Okay. So from here, I'm going to also add some filters, and I'm going to look for the user if I want to see my own notes or another user's notes. Then I'm going to add date and maybe company name as well if I want to focus on a specific one of my customers. How we are going to do so is to again click on filter. Okay, select user, date, and just now I mentioned company name. See here, you hit continue, and you'll be able to see this user, this filter right here. And for example, let's say I want to select a date that is of a specific year. So say for example 2024. And you're able to see it filters out all of the activity node for 2024. Obviously, if you want a more specific view, you can adjust the filter accordingly. Say, for example, daily, today, tomorrow, yesterday, so on and so forth. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to display all the nodes as 2024. And what we can do here to make it a bit more flush is if you to click on the date column here, you can sort by the columns as well and get the most recent node that you've added. Okay. So for example, yeah. So if I were to click this, it will show the most recent nodes that I have. Okay. If I were to go back to filter, basically with these filters applied, I can easily narrow down the nodes to those that I've created by selecting myself in the user filter also. Or in this scenario, for this example, I'm going to choose, let's say, Kodruta, one of my colleagues, since I haven't had many notes in this demo account. Yeah, so you'll be able to see Kodruta's activity notes here. When you save this report before adding any filters, it will reset back to the standard view once users exit the report. So this means that the next person accessing it can apply their own filters without affecting others. So this is a very helpful feature, especially when, say, for example, multiple people are working within the same report. Okay. So this report is also particularly useful because let's face it, before being guilty of jotting down a note in prospect and then completely forgetting where we put it and who it was about. So fortunately, every report is searchable. I will also want to say favorite each of these filter as well so that it remains there. Okay, and what I'm going to do, all you want to do now is to save the report as well. So when you are saving, you got a couple of options as you can see. Let's just name our report as activity feed. As you can see here, there are several options. We're gonna select share reports with all CRM users so other people are able to view it or use it as well. I'm gonna click save. The report group, I'm just gonna put it as other reports. You can obviously select the ones that are relevant, but for this example, I'm just gonna leave it as other reports. I'm gonna hit save, and you should be able to see it in your all reports now. Yeah. All right. And for you to be able to view it instantly, you might wanna favorite this so it appears directly at your favorite list so you can access them easily. Okay. So the last thing that I would like to also share is how you are able to export as well. All you gotta do is click on the three buttons again. So you can save it to Excel. Yeah, you can also make some changes and then import back to Prospect as well. And also if you want to add this report in your dashboard, go to the home page, scroll all the way to configure dashboards. And what you can do is to add a dashboard here. So for example, I'm going to add a new dashboard. Click on report, select report. Going back to where I saved it earlier under other reports, and you should be able to see activity feed here. Click OK and add a description. I'm just going to leave it as activity feed. And I'm going to hit create. So you can see there's a new dashboard available here. And what you can do is also to click on the pencil icon to edit who is able to view this dashboard. All right, so I'm going to add user role, for example. And here you are able to configure who is able to view this. For example, like Adila, Amber. I'm going to hit update. And you can see these are the people who are able to view this report. And say, for example, if you want to remove them, all you gotta do is just remove this. Click on this delete button here. Okay. So basically, these are very useful reports that I shared here today. And I think this brings us towards the end of our sharing session. If I were to bring back you to the key takeaways, you just move towards the next slide. Yeah. So yeah, basically remember the three key benefits that we have discussed here today. You'll be able to implement immediately to make a significant impact on your CRM data by building report with confidence, and you're able to have your data selection easily, and also the filter, how you can filter and refine for smarter insights as I've shown you earlier. Okay. So yeah, that brings us towards the end of our session. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chat. If I don't have the answer to that right now, I will do some research and follow up with you after the webinar. Okay. So let's see if you have any questions. I'm not seeing any questions. I'm just going to leave it here for a bit. I'm just going to also share the link for to keep in contact with all of our future webinars. Also, you can rewatch webinars that we've shared back in our YouTube channel. So I will highly recommend everybody to go back to our YouTube channel and rewatch all of the webinars that we've shared in the past. Also to be aware of the webinars that we have upcoming as well. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. So with that, thank you everybody